Master Luke, pardon me for asking, but what should R2 and I do if we're discovered here?
Lock the door. And hope they don't have blasters.
That isn't very reassuring.
Primary materials for this prop include cardboard, duct tape, aluminium tape, two 2-inch gift wrap rolls, a 1/2-inch diameter dowel rod, 2-inch brass fasteners, a mini plastic cup, a travel-sized bottle of shaving cream, brass push pins, pipe cleaners, and adhesive foam squares. For a comprehensive list of materials, please see the description. First, draw and cut out this design. You'll need 4 of them. Retrace the design twice and cut out this portion. Use this new template to trace 2 more templates and cut out this section. At this point, you should have 8 pieces. Cut the triggers out of 2 of the main grip pieces. Place the 2 pieces with triggers together and wrap the trigger in aluminium tape. Duct tape the pieces together. Place the 2 pieces without triggers on either side and duct tape them to the grip. Wrap the finger guard and grip in aluminium tape. Cut a 19-inch length of the dowel rod. Mark the dowel rod against the grip pieces so that 4.5 inches are left at the back. Measure and cut your first gift wrap tube to 19 inches. Duct tape the ends to prevent the tube from unraveling. Mark the tube at the same points as the dowel rod. Use an X-Acto blade to cut an 1.5 inch wide rectangle into the tube as long as the marks you just made. Remember to exercise caution when using an X-Acto blade! Place the dowel rod inside the tube and thread a piece of duct tape around it in the opening you just cut. Attach the grip piece to the dowel rod with the duct tape. Reinforce it a couple of times so the grip is firmly attached. Use the duct tape to secure the end of the dowel rod at the back of the gun in place. Connect the tube and dowel rod with duct tape. Be sure the dowel rod is on the same side as the grip. Cover any open space between the grip and the tube with duct tape. Remember to keep the grip centered in the opening. Next, lay the gun on a piece of cardstock and mark where the front and back of the grip piece fall. Draw a rectangle from the cardstock that, when placed on the gun, will wrap around 3/4 of it. Trace 2 bottle caps in the center of this rectangle and cut it out. Line up the rectangle on the gun above the grip and duct tape it into place. Duct tape the 2 bottle caps completely to the gun on the circles you traced earlier. Fill the tube with newsprint, making sure the dowel rod remains at the bottom. Cut away a 1/2 inch of the tube at the front so that the dowel rod sticks out a bit. Cover the back end of the gun with electrical tape. Cover the portion of the dowel rod at the front in electrical tape, as well as the entire front. Cover the entire portion around the grip and scope holders in aluminium tape. Cut the second tube to 19 inches and cut open down the entire length. Mark the points where the grip falls on the new tube and cut out the same inch-wide rectangle you did for the first tube. From this point, mark where the bottle caps fall and draw circles on the opposite side of the tube to coincide with them. Use an X-Acto blade and scissors to cut out the circles. Place the new tube over the first to ensure it fits together correctly. It's okay if the sides don't match exactly, we'll clean it up later. Cover the front end of the gun in aluminium tape. Draw rows of circles in an alternating pattern around 3/4 of the front of the gun. Use a hole punch to cut out as many circles as you can reach. Use the X-Acto blade and scissors for the rest. It's only necessary to have the first and last hole punched on each row. Wrap a pipe cleaner in aluminium tape. You'll need one for every row of holes on your gun. Insert the pipe cleaner into one hole at each end, so that there is no slack between the gun and the pipe cleaner. Repeat this for the rest. Leave the 2 end rows of the hole punches open. Mark a 1-inch line here and here on your gun and cut out the slits. Cover the back of the gun in aluminium tape and reopen all the holes you just cut. Cut a 1-inch thick strip of cardboard to 11 inches. Cover the strip of cardboard in aluminium tape. Insert the strip into the slits you cut so that the cardboard now rests a 1/4 inch above the holes for the bottle caps. Duct tape them into place. Cut out this section of the gun. Pay attention to which side you're cutting, as they are not symmetrical. Cut a strip of cardstock to match this new groove and fold 1 inch inside the gun. Past the fold line, cut it at 1.5 inches. Then tape it into place inside and outside the gun. Repeat this process for the other 2 sides, but do not create the bottom yet. Draw this design on the other side of the gun and cut it out. Draw and cut out this design on another piece of cardstock. Wrap the piece in aluminum tape. Place the piece around the back of the scope holder. Cut a rectangle to match the back of the piece and use aluminum tape to attach it as a brace to the other 2 pieces. Secure the piece to the main gun with more aluminum tape. Draw and cut out this design and wrap it in aluminum tape. Slide it onto the front end of the gun and use more tape to attach the 2 ends at the top. Place the outer shell piece onto the main gun. Using the leftover tubing, cut small pieces to fill in the gaps around the grip. Secure them with duct tape. For the front piece, remember to avoid the bottom rows of the hole punches. At this point, where the groove meets the handle, place a 2-inch brass fastener upside down before placing the cardboard plate. Then, secure the plate with duct tape. Press an extra piece of duct tape over the brass fastener to secure it in place. Place a cardboard plate beneath the magazine. Cut the 4th wall piece for the magazine from earlier and use duct tape to attach it in place. Repeat the process with a second fastener on the other side before placing the cardboard plate. Cut out this section of the plate to finish this design. Cut an inch-wide strip of cardboard and wrap it around the back of the gun. Cut away the excess and duct tape it in place, including to the inside tube. Create 4 stacks of 5 adhesive squares each around this back piece. Cover the entire piece in aluminum tape. Cut an inch-thick strip of cardboard 14 inches long. Round off one side and poke it through the brass fastener. Fold the strip at these points and mark the folds. Cut and fold another strip of cardboard to the same specifications. Cut 13 spacer pieces, each 1 inch by 7.5 inches. Depending on the cardboard you use, you may need more or less. The important thing is it basically covers the space at the bottom of the gun. Cover the 2 14-inch strips in aluminum tape. Sandwich the spacer piece together with duct tape. Poke a 2-inch brass fastener through the entire length of space. You'll need to repeat this 3 more times. You can use the same holes, and this should be your end result. Remove the fasteners and wrap the entire spacer in aluminum tape. You'll need to find the holes again after you've covered them in tape. Place the spacer between the cardboard strips. Insert a brass fastener through the long strip at this point. Then through the entire spacer piece. Repeat this on the other side. On both sides, fold out the fasteners as much as possible and press the piece together tightly. Draw and cut out this design twice. Wrap the pieces in aluminum tape. Place a brass fastener through this point and through the entire spacer. Repeat on the other side and unfold the fasteners as much as possible. Fold down the fasteners at the back of the arm brace and duct tape them in place. Cover them in aluminum tape. Repeat for the other side. Cover all remaining exposed cardboard in aluminum tape except the hand grip. To create the clip, cut out 8 cardboard rectangles to these dimensions. Be sure they fit in the magazine before you duct tape them together and wrap them in electrical tape. Next, wrap all the hand grip pieces from the beginning in aluminum tape. Place the 2 pieces like this on either side of the grip piece and duct tape them in place, avoiding the trigger area. Use adhesive foam squares to attach these 2 pieces on top of the others on either side. Wrap any exposed duct tape with aluminum tape. Draw and cut out 2 of this design and wrap the pieces in aluminum tape. Use adhesive foam to attach the pieces to this section on either side of the gun. Insert a brass push pin into the center of each for decoration. Place a 1-inch brass fastener on each side of this section. Place a stack of adhesive foam squares behind the grip piece. The stack should be 2 squares wide by 5 or 6 tall. Cover the piece in aluminum tape. Cut a rectangle 4 inches by 2.5. Place it between these 2 pieces and attach with duct tape. Do not attach it to the spacer piece or hamper the ability of the piece to pivot. Cover the piece with aluminum tape. Wrap 2 more bottle caps in aluminum tape. Remove the cap from the travel shaving cream and place it against the bottom of a mini plastic cup. Trace the semicircle and 1-inch lines down the side of the cup. Cut along the mark. Place the shaving cream cap into the slit on the mini cup and duct tape the pieces together. Wrap the entire thing in aluminum tape. Place the toilet roll tube into the mini cup and duct tape them together. Cover the whole thing in aluminum tape. Line up a bottle cap above its counterpart upside down and drill a hole through the bottle caps into the main gun. Repeat for the second bottle cap. Line up the scope with the bottle caps and cut small punctures to align it with the drill holes. Run a barbecue skewer through the scope, through the bottle caps, and into the main gun. Repeat for the second bottle cap. Cut away the excess of the barbecue skewers, add duct tape to cover the punctures. Cover the duct tape with aluminum tape. Add duct tape between the scope and bottle caps for extra stability. Cover the duct tape with aluminum tape. Place a black 1-inch bottle cap into the back of the scope. Place a stack of 3 black furniture pads at the front of the scope. And now it's time for paint.
Always be safe when handling spray paint. Use goggles and masks at all times.
Paint the entire blaster black and be sure to cover the front of the gun as well as this section before painting. Be sure to remove the clip before painting. Back inside, use a black adhesive Velcro strip to attach the arm brace to the underside of the gun. Place the counterpart piece on the spacer piece. You should place the Velcro here so the fold in the cardboard stays in position. Place small Velcro pads on the inside of this piece and the counterpart piece on the outside of this piece. Cut a piece of weed cloth to match the handle and use superglue to attach it. Superglue will seep through the weed cloth, so R2 recommends you use a barbecue skewer to flatten it out as opposed to your finger. Place 2 brass push pins at either end of the weed cloth and paint them black. Repeat for the other side. A word on the arm brace. R2 says that while it is designed to fold out like the real Sterling submachine gun, which the E-11 is based on, he does not recommend using this feature often, as the weapon is made of cardboard. And there's your finished E-11 blaster rifle.
No, the stormtroopers do not look familiar to me.
Beep 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 beep.
How would you know what Republic clone troopers look like?
Beep 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 beep.
Now see here.
C-3PO! C-3PO!
Yes, sir.
On the radio!